This next training session will cover on-time delivery performance. This will be one of two short training videos on this particular topic. This first training video will talk you through the actual dashboard itself, in addition to auto-generated reporting by division. The second video will cover how to self-report national chain, pyramid concept, or by independent customer. So what we're looking at first when you are hyperlinked to the on-time delivery performance dashboard is in the middle of the page here an aggregate of the company's performance. So for example, year to date, the company is running approximately 79.1% on time and early deliveries and roughly 20 to 21% late deliveries. To the right of that, you'll see the company's performance in regard to off-day deliveries. Year to date, we're running at 7.6% off days. Just below that, you'll see a roll-up year to date of all the pyramid segmentation on time and early performance figures. For example, all of our independent restaurants, year to date, we are running an on-time delivery percentage of 88%. And you can see those aggregate numbers by pyramid segmentation for each of those segments located here. Now to the left here, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video, is how do we get the individual results for individual divisions? Well, it's real simple. You simply click on the drop-down box here, choose your division, and in this example, we're going to choose Albany. And you'll see that will hyperlink us to Albany's on-time delivery performance page. You'll see Albany here in the top right-hand corner. Starting on the left here, you'll see a comparison between division on timing early and the company on timing early year to date. For example, Albany is coming in at 91.7% on time delivery performance, whereas the company average right now is 79.1%. So Albany is doing better than the company average. If we move to the center of the page here, we see a breakdown that is Albany specific for each of the 9 pyramid segmentation categories. For example, the first one here, blue, is independent. So of all the independent restaurants that Albany has delivered year to date, their on-time percentage is running 92.4%. And each of these independent pyramid segmentation categories reads the same way. If we move over to the far right, you'll see a comparison between division off-day deliveries and company off-day deliveries. In this example, year to date, Albany is running at 3.7% off days against the company average of 7.6. So they're running about half the number of off-day deliveries that the company averages. So they're doing twice as good as the company. If we move on down the page to the center of the page, you'll see a trend, and this is a cumulative on-time and early performance number for the division for each of these particular weeks here. So for example, this last week mentioned here of 9/29/2014, all deliveries aggregated together for this division, they came in at a 92% on time and early delivery performance number. Pretty good. And of course you can see the trend line here. Now if I'm someone in the Albany division and I would like to see the detail behind any of these numbers, that's real easy to get to. For example, let's say we want to take a look at our on-time delivery performance by customer for last week. That's a real simple process. All we need to do is first click on the company box, USF, choose our date range, and in this example here, we'll choose last week, and then we want to select our division name. In this example is Albany, hit search, and what it will do is it will go into the database and it will extract all those records, give you an aggregate score, and provide in a drop-down fashion for you should you decide that you want to take a look at the individual detail there. And that would be our recommendation, is to run this each week so that you can kind of get a grasp on which customers relate, and perhaps you can even dive in a little bit deeper to understand of those customers that are late, how many times have they been late in the last 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it may be. So you'll see based on what we queued into the system here, it gave us last week's deliveries by day, and you can see the trend line, the on-time delivery performance by day here. It looks like our worst day, if you will, was on Tuesday, 9:30, in which we came in at 88.9%. You'll see aggregate numbers across the bottom here. For the week, we came in at 91.8% with 8.2% late. 3.8% of those total deliveries were off-day deliveries. Not very bad numbers at all. You'll see the cumulative totals here of each of those deliveries. Now, if we wanted to take a look at the actual detail, all we would need to do is click on this drop-down box right here. And what this will do for us is we'll drop down and show us every one of those roughly 3,000 records for each of those customers for our deliveries this particular week. And the way this sorts first is by late. So it's going to show you all your late deliveries first, and then it goes into your on-time and early deliveries on down the line here. So it's a great tool for investigating why a customer was late. And for example, if I wanted even more detail, maybe I wanted to find out what driver was on that particular route, how late they were, etc. All I would need to do is click on this details box, and it would give me even more detail to this specific record right here.